18 months ago, I was sitting on a balcony in Ibiza, admiring a full moon rising, when I had a light bulb moment. A moment of sudden inspiration, and I knew in that very instant that this was a calling in my life that I could not ignore. I'd been reflecting on how far my PR business, We Are Indigo, that I founded with my husband, had come as we approached our 10th year. We were in Ibiza, we were opening up our Balearic base, which a year before had seemed like an impossible task because COVID-19 pandemic had almost decimated us. However, I had survived and bounced back stronger than ever before. And as I sat there, grateful beyond words that the business was now back on track. My mind went back to when I first started the business back in 2011. And I remembered how nervous and scared I felt. And I so wished that I'd recorded those feelings back then so that I could remind myself how far I'd come and that I was so happy that I had not listened to my inner critic. It dawned on me there was not a platform to record and potentially share these thoughts with others. And wouldn't it be amazing to create a global community of like-minded women to share our insight with? And wouldn't it also be amazing to tap into some state-of-the-art technology as an everyday tool to help us see and also reach our full potential in business from the get-go? And at that moment, I knew I had to build a single piece of technology that would transform how we, women, do business and how all women will do business in the future. In this, our perpetual dawn, our ideas and reality can have an equal weight, and together we can challenge and begin to balance the cycle of equality forever. So, how we do business tomorrow, well, that starts today. Our new community will challenge the patriarchy, the systems of relationships, beliefs and values embedded in political, social and economic systems that structure gender inequality. We know that our superpowers are intuition, wisdom and also empathy. The Queens of Tomorrow community will not compete with each other. Instead, we will raise each other higher. And at the heart of Queens of Tomorrow is the business of equality and how we fix this for future generations. Rupi Kaur is a young poet, totally obsessed with. She touches women of all generations, and her poem, Progress, she wrote, "Our work should equip the next generation of women to outdo us in every field. This is the legacy that we'll leave behind." Ladies, we've got some work to do. The stats around female startups and funding are outrageous. Did you know that only 2% of female tech entrepreneurs get the funding in the first place? And it is estimated that less than 1% of all UK venture funding is awarded to all female teams. Yet the Alison Rose Review into female entrepreneurship, called the Rose Review, first published in March 2019, demonstrated that up to £250 billion of new value, which is the equivalent of 1 million small business enterprise businesses, could be added to the UK economy if women started and scaled new businesses at the same rate as men. So that is a jaw-dropping £250 billion of lost revenue because we are rejected 98% of the time. Well, Queens of Tomorrow will change this through women-to-women business interaction, quite simply cutting out the middleman. So what is it? What is Queens of Tomorrow? Queens of Tomorrow is a global access point for women with a click of a phone. It will provide an intercultural dialogue supporting the success of all women and gender-expansive people. Think Bumble meets LinkedIn, meets Gratitude, meets Insight meditation app, meets Facebook with a little bit of goop added in for good measure. And as members, you will have access to a networking newsfeed, so a global network of contacts will be just a few clicks away. A business magazine in print via the app where you can read inspirational stories and access brilliant information to help you all upskill across all areas of business knowledge. There'll be e-commerce by locations, for example, shops and services wherever you are in the world, and we will welcome sustainable businesses only, such as Queens of Archive over there. Journaling, your external affirmations will start your Queens of Tomorrow journey. Now, we all know that self-belief is power, and there's more on this shortly from Abby. There will be a unique Queens of Tomorrow wellness library, and a podcast where you can listen to fellow members' business and life stories and really get to know your community. Queens of Tomorrow is not a political platform, but it will help centralise a place for women to connect and to help each other grow. A place to share affirmations and self-belief to begin to counteract the misogyny that plagues our life today, albeit at different levels, from the boardroom bullies to the downright barbaric. Malala said, "When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful." This remarkable young woman has impacted and changed our world in many ways, yet 11 years after she was shot by the Taliban on her way to school, people are still being killed, tortured and ill-treated for peacefully protesting against women's rights in Iran. And all around the world, women's rights are taking a collective step backwards. A huge part of the Queens of Tomorrow platform will be the ability to share a global community with women regardless of their geographic location or their disposable income. That every single member can pass on a membership, effectively sponsoring a member to make sure that access and knowledge is available to all. Remember, at the heart of Queens of Tomorrow is the business of equality that spans woman to woman. We know that we need to change the way the world of business treats women, and I have presented a way to do this. Next, I need your help. I need 500 sign-ups to get preceding investment to take this idea to the beta stage. There will be a QR code placed on the screen behind you, and all I ask is that you share the link with 10 of your own women to build our community to 500 by the end of this evening. I would like to leave you with the words of Virgil Abloh, who said, "Everything I do is for the 17-year-old version of myself." So, remember yourself at 17 when the world was at your feet and how you were feeling and how you believed with conviction that you could do and be anything that you wanted to be. Now take a deep breath and bring that magic back to how you feel right now today and be part of the historic change for the future of all 17-year-old women in your lifetime to help them grow and succeed. And in return, you will have lifelong membership to Queens of Tomorrow so that you can grow and succeed too. Thank you.